I like to take some of this Makeup Revolution Pro Spit. La la la. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial slash get ready with me slash chit chat slash whatever you guys want to call this video, because I was just kind of doing my makeup, filling you in on what's been kind of going on, just talking, and whatever came up, and just let you guys know what was up, what was on my mind. I did do this eye look on the Subculture palette. I was in between doing the Prism or the Subculture, so let me know if you guys want a look on the Prism. I would definitely be very, very gladly to do that. And then I also go in between Highend and Drugstore makeup products and just give you a little feedback on what I have been using lately and just show you guys how I use it. If you do want to see how I created this different holiday glam, I guess you can say, that's what I'm going to call it, just keep watching. First thing I'm going to do is apply something on my lips to kind of keep them hydrated, because your girl's lips is ashy. And I am using the Ulta Beauty Juice Infused Lip Oil. I usually like to put it on at night before I go to bed, or when my lips is super crusty while I'm doing my makeup, I'll throw this on instead of like regular lip balm. So we're gonna go in with that lip oil right now. Like I said, as far as makeup goes, I'm just going to be using a little bit of Drugstore, a little bit of Highend, and just kind of show you what I've been into lately, because I haven't done a favorites video, which I am leaning towards doing a favorites video super soon. I'm going to start with my brows, and I'm going in with the Makeup Revolution Brow Pomade. And I do notice this pomade can get dry, so what I like to do is I just take some of my Tarte Maracuja oil and just put like a good drop in there to kind of rehydrate everything. But I do like the formula of the pomade. I like that it's not very like wet. That's where the drying thing does kind of come into my favor. Sometimes when you've had the product for a while, it just kind of gets like super dry and you're like, okay, we gotta need something to hydrate it. I do like the shade of this pomade. I feel like it works really well with my brows without it being super harsh. Sometimes I feel like the Ebony and the Anastasia dip brow, it makes my brows look super harsh. But I do go in with the Anastasia brow pomade towards the end of the brow, and that would be later on in the look, just so you guys can see. I do use that as well. This pomade just has like a softer look on my brow. Dude, I have not sat down and done like a full-on makeup, like full face makeup tutorial in forever. I feel like I have not done one of those in forever. Usually I just do like my eyes, or you know, just like maybe my eyes and my lips for a tutorial. Now, this holiday season has definitely got me so busy. Like literally I was knocking out videos twice a week up until Halloween, and then after Halloween I just like went MIA. I think it's just like a mixture of Thanksgiving was right around the corner. I was busy with obviously my kids. My daughter goes to school. We stay really involved with her school too. My husband, he usually edits our vlogs on our vlogging channel, and we have not been able to catch up. Like we have so much content that we want to put out because we're always doing something, but we just don't have the time to like edit and get it all up. So that's definitely been a struggle lately. And that kind of caused us not to do Vlogmas this year, which we did it last year and we had a blast doing that. It stinks that we didn't get to do that this year, especially it being our first winter here in San Diego and always getting into something. I can't really see what's going on because like the glare on one of my lights is hitting my brows, so when I'm looking in the mirror I can't really see what the heck is going on. If it's not perfect, don't worry. We're just gonna clean all that up anyway. To clean up my brows, I'm just using the NYX Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer. I am not quite sure if they stopped selling these, but I could have sworn I saw these on clearance. I like using it for concealer to clean up because it's thicker and it like goes where I want it without it getting all runny. Taking this fluffy blending brush. It's pretty dense, but I just like to blend it out. This way it just gets most of that concealer blended out. Still deciding what I want to do as far as a makeup look goes. I kind of want to do a dark lip, but then again I kind of want to do a smoky eye, and I don't want to do like a smoky on a dark lip right now because my daughter has a Christmas concert thing that she's performing at today for her school, so I don't want to go up there looking like I'm about to go to the club or something crazy. I'm going to go in with the Benefit Professional, and I'm just going to hit that mainly on my nose. Lately I have noticed that I have been getting bigger pores around that area, and it's been freaking me out because I've never had a problem with like my pores being super visible. I don't know if it's the weather here in Southern California or what. It has definitely messed up my skin. And then I'm going in with the Maybelline Baby Skin. I like to put that on my cheeks and the rest of my face. Color correcting with City Colors Photo Chic Dark Spot Corrector. I ran out of my NYX one because that was my go-to, and then I started with this one. I've actually been liking it. Foundation of choice lately has been the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and I have been loving this foundation. I mix it with another foundation. I've been using the Maybelline Fit Me, and this one is the Matte and Poreless one in the shade Golden Caramel. I use this matte and poreless foundation for my bikini competition. That shade's way darker than what I am, so I went and got me one. I totally didn't realize how much I actually really liked this foundation. It's a good foundation. Is anyone doing anything special for the holidays? We are going to Arizona for the holidays, just like we did for Thanksgiving, which is going to be nice because this is actually the first Christmas that we are spending with my in-laws, with the kids. I don't think we've spent any other Christmases. Like, this is going to be all our first Christmases because we usually spend Thanksgiving like all together, and they've come over to like Arkansas when we used to live there. We've never spent Christmas together, I believe. I'm pretty sure, so it's gonna be special. I'm really excited. I just like the way that this foundation leaves like a really nice finish to my face, and it actually matches pretty well. So I know I'm really late to the game, like super late to the game, but I have been using the Maybelline Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles. Never used it. I don't know why I never used it. My go-to is the Tarte Shape Tape, and since it's super full coverage, I just wanted something that, like, if I'm not going anywhere where I need like super full coverage concealer, then I can just get away with a drugstore one. I know that this one is always being raved and is a lot of people's go-to, so I was like, why haven't I tried this yet? I like to let it sit for a couple minutes just so it kind of thickens up a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and blend it out. And then I'm just taking a Real Techniques sponge and blending that out. It is not damp at all. I usually would damp it with the Shape Tape, but since I feel like this is a little bit more liquidy, it will help blend it if it's not as damp, and it'll definitely help keep the pigment on there. As you can see, it's just like moving around just enough underneath my eye. And I do use this concealer pretty much for an eyeshadow primer. I just bring it around. I feel like I just highlighted my whole face, like literally. What just happened? What just happened? So we're just gonna act like we didn't highlight the whole face, and I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes and all the highlighted areas, and I am using the Ulta Pressed Setting Powder. This is in the shade Banana. Going in with a pressed powder first just helps like the finer lines. I'll go ahead and contour the nose, and I'm using the NYX Conceal and Correct Contour palette. This one is in light, but I go in with this contour shade, and I like to cream contour the nose first before I set it with a powder. And that just helps it give it that super defined contour look. I really like a super defined contour. We're gonna set that contour with this Glamour Dolls. It's a Lisa Frank collab with Glamour Dolls, and I have never heard of Glamour Dolls, but how cute is that? I got this, I think it was my November Ipsy. I was obsessed with the packaging of the Lisa Frank. When it comes to Lisa Frank, you just think of kid makeup, just because, I mean, that is your childhood. If you are, you know, my age, your late 20s, mid-20s maybe, that is the box. I have not thrown away the box yet because I think that's so freaking cute. Like, seriously, would you really throw this away? Like, how cute. But it is a bronzer, Bitten in Bronze matte bronzer. It kind of reminds me of like the Hoola, like just like the shade of it, maybe a tad bit darker. It's a good bronzer, I was surprised. So I've been using that lately. And then now I'm just going to go in with my beauty blender, grab some of the setting powder, and set the middle of my nose. Now I'm going in with Urban Decay's Naked Skin Ultra Definition Powder Foundation, and I'm just going to set the rest of my face. And this is really good for if you want like extra coverage as well. Actually in this shade Medium Dark Golden. I'm still in that summer shade just because I'm still tan and it's still December. Usually I'm like pasty pale. Like for my color, I'm usually already back to my winter coat. But I'm still tan because I live in San Diego and it's always sunny out here and we're always out doing stuff. I haven't lost my tan. I feel like I've still got my tan going, which I'm surprised. This is our first winter here in San Diego and we are definitely liking the warmer weather. We lived in Arkansas before we lived here, as many of you may know, and it would get cold. I remember walking outside and just feeling like the cold like wind chill hit my face and I'm just like, dude, this sucks. This sucks. So like coming out here, I'm just like, dude, 65? Everyone's in like Ugg boots and like ready for Blizzard 2017 and I'm out here in shorts, a t-shirt, loving the weather, still feeling like fall. I mean, technically it is still fall. Got the color back in, now we don't look all highlighted, and we're gonna start contouring. I'm going to contour with the Lisa Frank bronzer just so you can see how pretty this looks. It gives it enough color on the face and it just looks so pretty. It definitely warms up the cheeks and I love that. We're gonna go in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and I'm gonna go in with this dark bronzer shade right here. Just gonna hit that right in the hollow just to deepen up that contour. Let's do some baking. So I'm just going to grab up my beauty blender. It's dry. I don't like to bake with a damp beauty blender. I feel like when it's damp, it sticks to my skin really weird when I put the loose powder on it. And then I'm going in with the Makeup Revolution Luxury Powder. This one is in the shade Banana. I'm going to tap a little bit on the back of my hand. We're going to start with the nose. I like to outline my nose, clean up that contour on my nose. I like to bake the under eye area just so we let that cook underneath where we put the highlight. It does like minimal creasing. And this is a great way to save any fallout from shadow, especially if you're doing like a smoky eye, which we're going to do. So I'm gonna make sure that I put a little bit extra down in that area. So when fallout does come up, just brush it off later. And we won't have a problem with it messing with the rest of our foundation or makeup. I'm gonna clean up the contour at the hollow of our cheeks. Go in with the Subculture palette. Picking up that Dawn shade, place that all over the lid. I kind of suck as a beauty blogger because I'm not really into like the hype of certain things. Like if it doesn't catch my attention, I really don't even believe the hype. I'm just like whatever, and I won't get the palette until like I do a little bit more research or until everyone like has finally gotten over it, and then I'll go in and figure it out myself. I just don't like going with the flow of everyone else. I take what people say into consideration, but I don't like to believe in all of that hype till I have fully tried the product myself, and then I'll base my decision off of that. It does take some getting used to, especially because this is not the same formula as their previous palettes. Like their Modern Renaissance is one of my favorite palettes. This palette right here definitely takes work and a lot of blending. And then I feel like it oxidizes in a weird way. They still produce really pretty shadows, and I have done plenty of pretty looks with this palette. It's really based off of your preference, you know? Just don't believe all the hype. I'm gonna dip into Axis, and I think I'm gonna smoke it out with this color. Kind of crazy how pigmented these shadows get. And they do require a lot of blending, so make sure your blend hand is strong because you're blending to the gods, basically, with this. That's one thing that I don't like about it because it does take a lot of time. If you want to like do like a quick look, this is not the palette to do a quick look with. So I'm placing the shadow mainly on my lid because we're going to blend and smoke that out in a little bit. This is definitely a look that I feel like you could definitely wear for like a holiday party or an evening out. So I'm just going a little bit back and forth on packing the lid and then blending out the crease. I'm using the shadow that I'm packing onto the lid, and I'm just like blending that out onto the crease, just so you get that gradient smoky eye effect. That will definitely give you that smoky look without you looking like a raccoon, where like the dark just goes all the way up and just keeps creeping. You get a really, really precise blend that way. Smoked out the way that I want it. Just gonna leave it at that. I think the lower lash line I want like another pop of color, so we're gonna go in with this All-Star shade right here and get really close to the waterline. Let's go in with Edge. Blend that right in the lower lash line just so it kind of blends out. Go ahead and dust off the baking. As you can see, there's not even any fallout. Like, if you know how to work with shadow, you're not going to worry about fallout. This look, I wanted to do a gold liner, and I don't usually do winged liner, but I feel like this is going to be very pretty, and it's definitely going to pull the whole look together. So I'm just grabbing the Jordana Cat Eye Liner. This is one of my favorite gold liners. Very, very affordable. Love Jordana, and I hope that this is not dried out. I honestly haven't used it in a while. So let me just give it a good shake. I applied my lashes off camera. I am wearing the Red Cherry lashes in Wispy, and I'm just going to quickly bind them with my real lashes. The mascara that I've been super obsessed with lately is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and this one is very, very, very similar to the Too Faced Better Than Sex. That was actually one of my favorites for a while. I stopped using that one. I went to the It Cosmetics Superhero one. I have been going through mascaras, and this one is my go-to right now. And you can see, as far as the wand goes, it's very, very similar to the Better Than Sex mascara, as well as the formula. I feel like it is definitely there as far as volume goes, and you know, with newer mascaras, it takes a while for them to kind of thicken up a little bit. I didn't have that issue with it. It was very, very similar, like I said, to the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I would definitely call it a very good dupe for that. I love it. This is the Beauty For Real pencil in black, and this one I got in my Ipsy a while ago, and I've still been using this for like months and months. Like, this is my go-to, and I'm just gonna use it till it runs out because I absolutely love that liner. I'm gonna hit the inner corner of my eye with Electric from the Subculture palette. I feel like that gives it a really pretty pop. And I'm just gonna go in with Cube and highlight my brow bone really quick. I'm going to take the same brow brush, but I'm going in with the Anastasia Dip Brow in Ebony. Once you get shadow all over your brows, they kind of start going away. I'm just going to go in and redefine them. And like I said, I kind of mainly focus more towards the middle and end of the brow and kind of fill in where I need to fill in. For the highlight, I like to start off with taking my Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Illuminating Fixing Spray and just spraying a little bit on the cheeks. I'm gonna go in with my Nicole Guerrero Anastasia palette, going to grab Glow Getter, and I'm just gonna hit that on the higher part of my cheeks. Go in with my finger and just hit the tip of my nose and the bridge. Do you remember that lip oil that we put on in the beginning of this video? Like, it's pretty much all gone. It just pretty much hydrated my lips, and now my lips feel really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off the excess real quick. We're gonna go in with Cool Girl Too Faced. That is like literally the perfect nude because it definitely brings all the attention on the eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and spray some setting spray just to kind of seal the deal. I am missing a curl, but I'm just gonna hide that so you guys don't even notice. But anyways, I've already completed my whole face, and yeah, here's the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of a little bit all over the place. I kind of was just in and out of conversation, showing you what I was using and just doing whatever I felt like doing, which was okay. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Like this video if you enjoyed watching, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll also list my Twitter, my Facebook page, my Instagram, my vlogging channel, my Snapchat. All that would be listed right here. Everything will be also down below. So please go follow, hit me up, let me know what's up. Until then, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.